When you go through suffering, where can you find the strength to endure? We all go through suffering. No one is exempted. Wala naman talagang hindi dumadaan sa mga pagsubok. Most challenges may weigh us down, but we feel they are mere inconveniences and they can be managed. Kaya pang dalhin. But there are some challenges that are just too much. The weight of the problem may be too heavy. The scope of the problem may be just too enormous. The impact of the problem may be too severe. We are overwhelmed. We do not have the inner resources to handle them. The solution to those problems may be out of reach or simply not in our hands. Our suffering takes on a new dimension when we suffer as a result of our commitment to remain faithful to God. When people who do not believe God, they persecute us for our faith. When unrighteous people exert pressure to corrupt us and we refuse to give in. When we expose works of evil and those who perpetrate evil threaten to harm us and our families, what do we do then? Many times we pray that God just take away our problems. And yet many times, He does not. Sometimes God does not deliver us from our suffering. But what He does instead is give us the grace to endure it. The Apostle Paul himself experienced this when he prayed that God remove his so-called thorn in the flesh. Paul testified about the grace of God in his letter to the Corinthians. If you have a Bible, read this passage. But God said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me." God may intentionally not remove your problems. He may intentionally not immediately rescue you from your challenges because He has a bigger purpose for you. Because when we rely on ourselves to solve our problems, we get the credit. But when we are powerless to solve our problems, when we have no one to turn to but God, when we have to rely on Him to help us overcome, then the credit goes to God. It is when we are weak that the power of Christ becomes clearly displayed, and He gets the glory as He gives us the grace to endure. And as we learn to rely on His grace to endure in the midst of suffering, may we always remember, faith matters too.